Hail to the Redskin. Go, Redskin.
What's good, people? I wanted to come on real quick and do a quick video talking about the Redskins and Falcons matchup. And to be quite honest with you, each year when I look at the schedule when it first comes out, if the Falcons are on it, if I know the Falcons are going to be on it, whatever, I always look at that game as a toss-up, and I'm never quite sure how things are going to pan out as far as injuries, how everything looks. If you just look at it on paper every year, the Falcons have an unbelievable offense when it comes to the amount of receivers they have. They put up a lot of yards. I think I saw somewhere today that Matt Ryan was on pace to have like 5,300 yards passing or something. And you look at something like that, and then you have to respect it, especially when you're preparing for a football game or whatever, as Washington's been doing this week. Now, mind you, as a fan, the biggest news to me this week and of the moment is that Trent Williams will not be in this football game. And that's actually a lot to deal with for a football team that still touts him as the best player. Now, I'm almost certain he'd be the best player on most football teams. But at the same time, we do have a backup in Ty Nsekhe that can come in and play at a top level. I'm not saying he's Trent Williams. The problem with that is always that thins us out across the frame. Now, we do have Jerron Christensen, I think is his name, that we drafted this year. I'm assuming he'll be active this weekend, and we'll get a chance to see what we got there as far as draft pick we made there. But looking at the injury report, I believe that Trent Williams is out, and I believe that Chris Thompson is out, and I believe Crowder is out, and then I believe we have a whole ton of questionables. But that's football. You always end up with some injuries. You never know which direction it's going to go, how it's going to pan out. Now, I'm not going to disrespect Atlanta's defense because I haven't watched a lot of their football this year. But that's not the first thing that jumps out to me with the Falcons. So I have to think that, the offense may have a good shot at breaking out this week. Now, the thing against the Falcons is I don't want it to turn into a shootout. I would rather play ball control and counter. But that may not be the case. What ends up happening, hopefully, with the way that our team is built right this moment and the injuries we have, hopefully we can continue to do what we do well, which is dictate the game, control the line of scrimmage at the point of contact, which is, in the trenches with the offensive line and defensive line. We got to stick to that because that's what works. Now, I know Atlanta's strong suit is not running the ball. Our strong suit is stopping the run. So, they don't exactly play into our strengths. And we've lost a few games in a row to Atlanta. Which really means nothing subsequently. We're not divisional opponents. So there's no reason really to have any sort of dislike or hate or whatever, disdain between the two teams. Me personally, I don't have a problem with the Falcons. Being a Braves fan, I've never had a problem with Atlanta. Never really liked the Hawks too much. I always thought they were trash. But just looking at this game, I think this is a game that could go either way. But I'm not as confident as I have been in prior weeks with the injuries we have and, looking at Atlanta's team and their roster with the three receivers they have and Julio Jones and Ridley and I can't, the third guy is escaping my name now, but anyway, they got an unbelievable set of receivers over there. And the good part on our side is that we got an unbelievable secondary. So we're going to see how this works out. We get Quentin Dunbar back this week. Having Dunbar back 100% is a big thing. There's some question of if Monte Nicholson is good enough to go this week. I believe it's his neck, or it might be his neck and his hip. But he's got some issues. I'm not so certain he's even going to play, but I think he's listed as questionable, but he's been limited all week. Get to see Clinton Dix for the first time. It'll be interesting to see how they put all that together as far as the packages and who plays what. I'm thinking that Swearinger is going to stay at the free safety for now because he's playing at an unbelievable level this season. And I just don't see any kind of way that you can demote him any kind of way. He's all over the place. He's playing like a monster this season. I saw in the last few days a couple of divisional opponents, like a couple of Eagle fans, saying that he was overrated and that he bid on all kinds of coverages. You guys must not be watching this year. I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm not even going to argue with y'all. Think what you want. Squawk all you like over there. Talk all the trash you want to. I'm letting you know. If you watch the Redskins football games, then you know what I'm saying is true. You know, our defense has been playing at an elite level, and we're getting better every week. Now, the amount of how great this football team gets depends on what they can do with what they've got. You know, in my opinion, we've got enough on defense to be able to be in just about every game we play. I believe that the offense should already be clicking, but it's getting there. Gruden thinks it's going to happen at any time. Now, I have no business to think that he's telling the truth there. I think he's just being completely optimistic, but I have no reason to think that he's lying either. But that's neither here nor there. Anyway, looking at this game as a whole, I think we could kind of bottle up Atlanta's attack. I don't know if we could stop them the entire game. I think they're averaging over 30 points a game. I'm not certain if that's an exact. Don't quote me. I know that their opponents are scoring a lot in the second half of football games. And that actually does not play well into our hands because I don't believe we scored but maybe 2 touchdowns. I don't even think we scored a touchdown all year in the third quarter. I think it's maybe like 10 points or something all year, 9 points in the third quarter or something. I can't remember the stat now. I don't have anything in front of me, but it's got to have been a negative number in the second half totals for total points this year. And that's not a good thing. And Atlanta has been the same way. So that second half of that football game, there's going to be some questions answered that I have no clue which direction it'll go right now. At this point right now, we got a 1.5 game lead on the NFC East, and that's what it is. We're going to keep flowing. I believe that we're about to take control of this division. And that would definitely be helped out by a win this Sunday against Atlanta. But, that's about all I got, man. Hail to the Redskins. Peace.